Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming back to join me today. Still progressing with my boho journal and it's coming on quite nicely. I'm pleased with it. I've done a couple of bits and pieces since you were last with me. I've finished off this corner pocket that we did last time. I've put a tab on it and I've put the gypsy lady on there. And it's a double pocket because this is a part of an envelope. So there's a pocket at the back and there's a pocket at the front, so I've got an extra tag to make to go in there. And it is getting quite thick, it is getting quite full. I think on this one I did, this is the pocket that comes with the kit, so there'll be a tag in there. There is an extra pocket just there with some nice bright lace on, and I've got a journaling card in there. I think this is one of Mrs Cogs' images, and that goes in there behind that. And I think at the back, on the back page, I did another pocket here. This is that corner piece of paper that we had left over last time. I've sewn some large sequins on there. It reminded me of the headbands, the scarves that the gypsies wear with the beautiful beads on. And I've put one of the images there. This is from Artemaisa's Gypsy Rose, and this is the Gypsy Rose paper. So the headband there, look, with the sequins on, so I tried to replicate that there. It's very bling, isn't it? So that goes in there nicely like that. It is getting big, as you can see. It's quite chunky. I'm still going to stick with 2 signatures soft cover. That's what I'm going for. But because it is getting big, what I've done is I've gone through and I've looked at where I've got some spaces and where I want to put things, and I've put envelopes in or whatever it is, like a fabric flip. So I thought what I'd do is bring you along. I just wanted to make sure I'd got enough in it. So I'm going to decorate those pockets that I've put in, and you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with this one, and I've got some purple trim there. That's the only piece I've got. I don't know where it came from. And that's going to fit in there, and I thought it matches nicely with the purple. I'm going to keep it as a pocket, and I'm debating whether I'm going to have it as a flip or not, or whether I might do it as a flip, I think. And then you've got this writing space as well. So just bear with me while I move the journal out the way, these pages, and we'll crack on. Okay, so I think that what I'm going to do, I've opened this envelope up because I find it easier to manage. And I think I'm going to put that lady in there. I don't know if you can see for the light shining on it, but I am going to keep it as a pocket. So I'm going to stick her on there. Hopefully I'm going to get her in the right place. Where does she need to be? I am actually going to stick her on the window. There we are, decision made. So that you will see her. So even when I've got a tag in there, it's her that you're going to see rather than something on the tag. Get it right, Carol. Sorry, I hope you can see me. I do love that image. There we go. So I've got her on there. Yep, that's fine. I'm going to have it as a pocket, so I'm just going to put something along the tops there just to kind of add that little bit of strength. I'll put that bit over there, just so that it protects the edges, oops, Daisy, of the envelope. Sorry, I was thinking there, I went very quiet, didn't I? Just protects that top of the envelope a bit if you're going to be putting something in and out. Not long enough. Not long enough. That would be. Just cut a piece of that off. No, I must have a smaller snip somewhere, mustn't I? little bits and pieces. That'll be okay. I just want something to go across the top. I just like to make my journals as kind of robust as I can. And I don't want anything to catch on that as it's going in, so I should have put that a little bit lower down. So I'm just going to cover that. I just don't want anything to catch. If I'm going to put a card in it, I don't want it to catch on that image that I've put in there. So I'm just going to put that on it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So we can still see her through there. Oh, it's a terrible morning here in the UK. The weather is absolutely diabolical. And I think I'm going to use this paper to cover this one. Green and purple go, don't they? What am I going to do? I'm going to put that on there, aren't I? So I just need to cover these bits, although I do actually quite like that. I actually do like that tea staining. Let me just have a look. One moment. Let me just get the... Okay, now I am going to cover it. I've decided. So I think I want to put that bit of a flower there. Do I want that bit of a flower on it? I think I do. And I don't mind if you can see bits of the envelope round, because it's tea stained. It's not bright white, is it? So it's gonna blend in. Sorry, I'm a bit slow getting started this morning. I think when you first start, well, I am anyway, it takes me a little while to get going with what I want to do. I don't know if anybody else is the same. I'm going to... Oh, writing's upside down, Carol. Stick that on there. Gosh, I've got sticky fingers already. That doesn't bode well, does it, for doing this? Sticky fingers, sticky scissors. There we go. That's going to go on there. Keep reminding myself that's going to go there. I think it will be nice to kind of cover that. But I think I'm going to use the same paper just to go round. It is pretty, this one, and I feel it's kind of neutral. Oops. How much mess can you make tearing? Perfect, that'll do. And my glue book is gluey already. Put it that way, I think. Do you know, sometimes I wonder why. What am I doing? I wanted a torn edge on there, didn't I? Tell you what, let's stick it like that. Don't glue that bit down there just yet. Right, Rachel, I'm bodgy crafting. It's rubbing off on me. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I like that. And it's got those little bits of purple in that are just going to pick up on this. And so to keep that theme going, I'm going to put a bit of, try and get that piece of purple there, I think. Let's tear it this way. I'm going to use that bit there at the top so that it's got that bit of purple on it. I hope you're all okay. I've had some good responses from, well, at the time of making this video, my second video hasn't gone up, but the first video has been quite positive. I think you like that it's a nice bright journal. I know it's not everybody's taste, but sometimes it just has to be done. I'm going to use that bit with the flower on there. Stick that on there. This journal has certainly challenged my thinking. What to use and what not to use, and in the end I've just decided go for it. If it's bright and colourful, it's going on the journal. Put that on there. There we go. Somewhere I'm just going to ink that little bit there, and I'm going to cut that edge off the top so it's nice and smooth. There we go. And I am going to put that on there, and that will be a little tuck spot just there. So before I put this envelope back together, and I'm going to put something on the back to close that more carefully so that I don't cover it, and then I'll use this as the flip. So before I close the envelope, I'm just going to stitch that on there, so just bear with me a moment. Okay, I've stitched that on there so that I've got a pocket just there, and I'm going to put some backing on there so that can be a writing space as well. I'll use that peacock paper. Right, don't cover that bit, Carol. Okay, let me just get rid of this sticky paper. There we go. It's easy done, isn't it, covering up the bits that you don't want to cover up. It is if your name's Carol anyway. So I'm going to put some glue down there and there, and I want that bit to be really well glued because I don't want that to come undone, because that's going to be my pocket. So sorry if my head gets in the way, I'm just trying to see over the top there. Got that slightly in the wrong place, didn't I? And I've got a little bit of overhang there. Isn't that just typical? Just when you don't want it to be there. Just cut that carefully without opening my envelope again. Don't want a hole in it, do we? So I should have a pocket there. Yep. Just make sure that's glued down. I do go around and check all the bits that are glued, that should be glued. What I might do actually is just stitch down there again. Is that glued on? Yeah, I'm going to just stitch down that bit again, just to make sure that I catch that in there. One moment. Okay, so I've stitched round there. I've still got that pocket there. I've stitched around there before I resealed the envelope. I've got the pocket in the top there, and I've still got my flap on the back there, and I've got some writing space just there. So success, I haven't sealed my envelope up. You just have days sometimes, don't you, when it happens. So that's going to go on there as a flip. So let me get that glued on first, and then we'll cover this bit so that you can't see it. Here we go. Come on, glue, you can do it. There we go. Make sure it still opens. Yes, it does. Put that on there. Okay. And then I just want to cover that flat bit up just there. I might actually continue that along there. Just a bit of extra interest, isn't it? And I want to cover that up. Yeah, I like that. So you can continue writing on there. Let's just get rid of those little white bits. I want that to be a little bit darker just there. I don't think it matters that you can see that little bit of envelope, do you? And that's going to go on there. Right, glue that on. I'm on a roll, come on. I do find it difficult doing videos because I never quite know what I want to do, and I feel that I spend quite a lot of time faffing around trying to decide what I'm going to put on and what I'm not going to put on. But I like that. That flips out. You've got some writing space there. I might think about this, but I've got some Bohemian quotes from Artie Mays. Sorry, not from Artie Mays. These are from Mrs Cogs. One of her Bohemian kits. I think it's called Bohemian Days. I'm not sure. I'll find out. And I just thought that might be nice to put that in there. You can still write around it. I might think about that. Let me see if I've got anything else. So I found this one and I think I prefer that. So that is going to go on there. So I'll just glue that in there as well. Plenty of glue on it. I don't want it to come up. And I'm going to put that there. Let me just make sure it's stuck down nicely. And that page it is a bit sticky now, but we can just see if I get the book back. Gosh, my fingers are so sticky. So if we just have a look at it against that. So that's the page spread now. We've got this. It's the pocket there. It's got the writing space there, and you can still write on here. I'm not going to close that because it is still a little bit sticky. I'm thinking about the fabric flips, but I do think that goes with it, but I want something else to add to it, so I'll have a look for something. These sari silks keep raising up. It's like they get static on them. Where was the next thing we were going to do? This one. So I'm going to move these papers out the way and I'll be back. Okay, so thinking about what I want to go on here. So it's going to be a pocket from this way. Let me just cut that bit off there. I think I'd done this originally that it might have been a flip, but I'm going to do it as a large pocket on that page. So it's going to be the pocket at the top. I think I'm going to glue that down just to give that, oh, there's that bit there, look. cut those off. Cut that one off, I mean. The extra flap there. Just make sure it does actually fit on the page before I start covering it. It's a good job I checked, isn't it? Because it is too long. I was just going to gaily go ahead and start collaging on it. I'm just going to cut that off where it's got that tear. How long is the page? 8 1/4. So I need this to be no more than 8 1/4. Might do it just that fraction less. Yep. Thing with these envelopes is they're never very square. So trying to use them again is sometimes quite difficult. No, that's much better. Right, so I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to stick that down just so that it gives, that's where everything's going to go into the envelope. So I'm just going to cover that, fold that back just so that it gives it that little bit of stability. And then I think I'm going to cover it definitely with this. I love this bright blue. So that's going to go on there. Yep. My glue book is so gluey, honestly, they don't last 2 minutes. Where's my glue? There, lost it. Gosh, I've got... I can't find anything, folks. Here we go. Right, crack on with this one. That's going to go on there. Fold that over, it makes it easier, and it just gives it that little bit more robustness. There we go. And it also makes my desk very squidgy. I do like this blue, but I also like this blue. That, to have that flower on might be nice, mightn't it? Just tear that edge off so I've got a rough edge, if I can, neatly. Just roughly where I want it to be. Oops, don't use that. Casting aside the envelope that we're trying to cover. Never a good move. There we go. This is going to be a bright pocket. Very bright. I bought a new printer recently, and I've got it on the same settings that I had before, but it started printing borderless, which I don't mind, but it's also started printing in just so much brighter colours, unbelievably brighter. So I don't know if it's now printing papers as it should, or if it's printing just brighter than it should. I have no idea, but I shouldn't complain because it is beautiful. So I want this to stand out on this page. Yep, it's going to. And I might put a little bit of that across the top. doesn't need a very big piece, does it, for on there? I might just get that bit. It started raining again here. Do you know, I feel that I need a boat. The garden is just swimming. The grass is growing so fast because of all the rain, but there's not a lot we can do to cut it because it's just so wet. We haven't been able to go for a really good walk with the dog. She's not old, she's only 11, but she's decided that rainy days don't suit her anymore. And she kind of closes her eyes as she's walking against the rain, as if it's, you know, hurting her face. Bless her. It would be nice to go for a good long walk. Sorry, I've got... that piece of paper doesn't want to let go of me. Okay, I'm trying to get this done, folks. I'm actually going to put a piece of this in here. That's my glue lid gone. I find myself putting pages together that I probably, or colours together that I wouldn't normally do with this, and I guess that's what this kit makes you do, or what the Bohemian theme makes you do. It kind of, you put in colours together that, you know, pinks and oranges that you perhaps wouldn't normally use. I'm not complaining, I'm enjoying the challenge of it actually. I just hope that you like it. It's something different for me, so I do hope that you like it. Cut that bit off there, and then I think I'm going to put a pocket on it, so just bear with me. Okay, I'm back again. This is one of the pockets that comes with the kit. It has the flaps on it that you fold, and I've put a little piece of lace on there to make a little extra pocket, and I've stitched this round and I've stitched it in, so I've now got that as a pocket, and I'm going to put that on there so that it just sits on there, and then I'll put a little tag in there. So let me just stick that on there. Andrea's kits are just so generous. You get so much stuff to use. The pages, you know, so many kit pages, and she has the add-ons that go with the kits as well. So well worth value for money. Glue that on there. Put the lid on. Put my lid there. Okay, so that's that one. Let me just get this journal, get the pages back again. Sorry, disappeared. Here I am. Need to give that a wipe. So we've got that in there. So this one, this is almost finished now, this signature, I think. There are some blank pages in, and I think I'm going to leave them. I don't think I'm going to add any more to these blank pages. I think I'm going to leave them. I've got journaling cards to make to go in. We've done that flap today, and I'm happy with that. I think that all coordinates really nicely. The centre of the signatures, they're both going to have one of the envelopes that comes with the kit. So obviously I'm not going to seal that until I've stitched it in, but that will be in there, and again more writing space. We've got the note paper. I'm going to do a flip there. I'm going to try and flatten those each time I turn it over. I'm sure it's static on that sari silk. We've got that one that comes out there. I don't think I'm going to put anything on there. Would you decorate that? Would you leave it as is? I just think it's nice writing space. I think sometimes I try and put too much in the journals. I could put journaling cards, and we've got that on there, and that's still sticking down there. And that's going to have a pocket in there, and it's going to have a tag in there. I've got one more to do there. I think I was going to do that as a flip as well. So I'll do that one, and that will flip out. yeah, so it's coming along nicely. I just need to get that to dry in there. Just put this out the way. Just quickly before I go, I know I've kept you a very long time. I had somebody ask me how I use my window envelopes. This one's tea stained, doesn't have to be, so I would collage over on these bits. I like to open them up and cut them to the height of the journal to use them as a journal page. And what I would normally do is find an image within the journal papers that I can look at and see through the page, through the window envelope. If the image was at the bottom that I wanted to see, then I would fold the envelope the opposite way around and do it. And also, if the image isn't quite coming into view, then I would refold the envelope and make a new crease down the edge so that I can see the image. Can you see that? I can see the image through. And then I would just collage where I want to collage on it. So that's how I use those. So I hope that you found this video useful, and I hope you come back. I'll do one more and then I'll do a flip through. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. Really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.